Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest Citizen vlog, a City present, looking back at the Carabao Cup Final victory. Another one in the pot for City. Great programme. Look at the artwork on that. That's if you know my things on artwork. Obviously, you know I don't usually like portraits. I'll have a quick look at that in a minute. Let's talk about what we'll talk about today. We're going to talk about the final. Obviously, have a quick look at the look at the match. A look at a bit of Pep Watch. A quick look at City versus Sheffield Wednesday, the FA Cup, which is coming up. But obviously, it's nice to do this as Carabao Cup champions, isn't it? That's what we are again for the third time in a row. Yeah, the programme, I like it. 10 quid, so it's not cheap, is it? 10 quid. Not a bad cover. It's okay, because you know me and artwork, but it's not a bad cover. Some good stuff inside, some good stuff on old finals, 1970. Good content. Not many ads, actually, so it's really good. A bit disappointed in the introduction, Manchester City. The list of honours, they don't include the Cup Winners' Cup for some reason. I have no idea why. An interesting image in the middle there of Dennis Stuart, who looks a bit more like the Leicester player, Lord Farquhar guy. I can't remember his name now, but obviously, again, not the greatest artwork there of Mrs. Dennis Stewart's wonderful overhead kick. Obviously, we take a look back at the 1970 final. There's Mike Doyle, Tony Butt there against West Bromwich Albion back in 1970. I was too young to go to that one. You know, most people saying that, ask me about the Bert Troutman final and things like this, cheeky buggers. I'm far too young for anything like that. But no, it's a good programme. I like it. It's a good programme, good history in it. As you say, we've been to a few League Cups now, haven't we? So we know a lot of the stuff in there anyway. So that's interesting. Right, let's go on for the game. Let's see what happened with the game. The City team: Bravo, Walker, Stones, Fernandinho, Zinchenko, Rodri, Gundogan, David Silva, Foden, Sterling, and Aguero. Yeah, didn't see the fallout, obviously, obviously I was at the game yesterday, so I have managed to rewatch on City's app this morning just to watch it back while I was doing some work. I had about 3 hours kip last night, so we keep going, don't we? So it's an interesting team, wasn't it? We knew Bravo was going to be in there. I mean, it's interesting to see he's still going to persist with Rodri and Gundogan now. He thinks it's worked a couple of times, hasn't it? So we're pretty much stuck with it now, whether we like it or not. So whether there's any fallout about that, I don't know. But I mean, the wonderful thing was Phil Foden. It was interesting to see how he would perform, especially he's not been playing many games, hasn't he? So that was the team. We'll go into the subs later that came on. The game itself, yeah, I mean, Villa started okay. I think Pep said in his press conference later on that Villa were actually in command for 4 or 5 minutes, weren't they? They started off the first few minutes well, and they ended up the game pretty well. So, yeah, I mean, all credit to Villa for doing that. 2 minutes, they had the first chance, a header over the bar, which was really well played, wasn't it? I mean, that's a bit of a warning for the rest of the game. There's a lot of these crosses with Villa able to get heads on, as we saw later on, but that was going to be their main potential, balls over the top and crosses in. So that was the first bit for Villa. First good for City was Foden picked the ball up about halfway, got fouled a couple of times, shrugged it off. He doesn't fall down unless he has to, our Phil, does he? And he kept going. It was the first real City threat, and he deflected out for a corner. That was like on 7 minutes. Gundogan had a header that didn't trouble the keeper, but him and Aguero sort of got in each other's way, so that didn't really end well. But it wasn't long, was it? 19 minutes before we scored the first goal. An absolutely superb move. A little Sterling back to Rodri, and a fantastic ball from Rodri over cross. And Foden was finding this little space behind the left backs on the Aston Villa left, and he played it back to Aguero, who obviously, I think he took a deflection off Mings, didn't he? But it was still a good goal. I mean, he took it really well. So that was 1-0 to City. And yeah, we were pretty comfortable, I thought. Villa went down a little bit down in their attitude, down in 1-0 down. What's this going to turn into, sort of thing. Zinchenko again had a great ball through to Foden on about 25 minutes, and Foden, superb control all game by Foden. Some of the balls he takes out of the air are superb. He took it down really well, Phil, but he shot wide, unfortunately. But we didn't have long to wait. I mean, it was a corner, wasn't it? But it wasn't a corner when you look back at them. We couldn't see it from at the other end at Wembley, but it certainly wasn't a corner. It hit Gundogan last, so yeah, we got the rub of the green, didn't we? And teams like obviously Villa didn't need that against a team like City, did they? So the corner, you still got to defend the corner, haven't you? And I think Smith after the game was, He wasn't harping on about it. He was upset about it. But they say you have to defend the corner then, don't they? And they didn't, did they? So a great corner from Gundogan. Rodri, superb header. We scored from another corner. I'm not going to take the mickey anymore. I mean, once we start taking the mickey about not scoring from corners, we start scoring from corners. So it's nice to know that some work's been done on it anyway, hasn't it? So that's 2-0. I think we had a couple of our chances to go 3-0. Never really happened. And then 41 minutes. I'm not going to blame John Stones. I mean, he basically fell over. He tripped over the Wembley grass, I think. It must have been a long blade of grass that he ended up tripping over. But so I'm not going to whinge at him about it. But I mean, Villa still had lots to do. But a superb cross and Bravo had no chance. It split Fernandinho and Zinchenko at the back. And the big guy headed it in. Superb goal. Great for Villa. 41 minutes. Brought them back in it. Brought their fans back up for it. So we only went in at half time at 2-1 when perhaps we could have been 3 or 4-0, to be honest with you. So, but again, I'm not going to blame Stones. I mean, he got a bit of criticism, but in all fairness, how can you blame? I mean, it was unfortunate, but I don't think there's much he could do about it, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things. So half time, 2-1 for City. Second half, I think Villa looks a bit more defensively, but I mean, obviously their basic game was to play defensively, then ball over the top anyway. So we had a good chance. Foden had a great chance. He volleyed wide on 52 minutes and he was doing everything, wasn't he, Phil Foden? Absolutely fantastic. And he had a great first half and he didn't have a bad second half either. And our first substitution, KDB came on for Gundogan on 58 minutes. And then on 59 minutes, KDB fell over the ball, so he wasn't quite used to the length of the grass or something, and he forced Rodri into making a tactical foul, we call them, don't we? And he had to stop. He had to force make a foul. I don't think it was a one-on-one. I mean, there was 2 or 3 Villa players and a couple of City players, so it wasn't a total disaster. But yeah, all thanks to KDB's fault. So again, with the Stones falling over, fortunately KDB's wasn't as bad for us because obviously it was sorted out by Rodri. 72 minutes. I mean, it's a bit off and puff, wasn't it? And then the foul by, is it Mkemba on Aguero? I mean, he actually, watching slow motion, he actually took a little jump at Aguero. I mean, that, to me, it could have, where we got lucky in the first half with the corner, where it should have been a goal kick. I mean, I think it could have been a red. That obviously VAR must have looked at it and assumed VAR was working yesterday, but he only got a yellow card for that. So, but I think it was a little bit nasty. And there's a couple of little nasty ones over the pitch. 73 minutes, KDB corner. Again, typical corner, 6-yard box. Another great header by Rodri, but a good save by the Villa keeper. If that had been 3-1, it would definitely have been over. 75 minutes, David had been huffing and puffing. David Silva had played little magician. Obviously, we got the old maestro and the new maestro on the pitch, didn't we? I think we saw that yesterday in David and Phil Foden. We saw the two, one at the start of his career and one at the end of the career. So obviously David was replaced with Bernardo. He went a great run pretty quickly, didn't he? He sort of just zoomed up to that byline and a great chance for Aguero, but he unfortunately hit the side netting. We thought from where I was, it had gone in, but again, it wasn't. So again, we had more chances to go 3-1, which didn't happen. Aguero took a bit of a knock, so he stumbled across, and Jesus came on for Aguero on the 83rd minute, and he wanted to go off around the pitch, across the pitch, and take his time like Aguero does. It's good as a City fan, not good for the opposition fans watching that sort of thing. But obviously, they ushered him off to the goal line, and even then, he walked along the touchline, sort of. Lee Mason was sort of like, ready to take further action, but then he just walked off, and then obviously the sub could come on. But a bit of piss take from Aguero there. It's called shithousery, isn't it, I think? So a bit of that from Aguero. So, and then we had the 87 minute, had the fantastic save by Bravo. I mean, it would have been 2-2. It would have been potential of extra time and penalties. It wouldn't have been long left to do anything about it. I mean, absolutely, again, bit of pressure from Villa, corner him. A great save from Bravo. Absolutely fantastic save from Bravo. All credit to him. He didn't have a lot to do in the game. He had no chance with the goal, but absolutely fantastic save. From our end, I thought it rattled against the bar and gone over the line. I was waiting for the referee to check his watch and give a goal, and I didn't realise it had sort of bounced out off the post. But from our angle, it wasn't. I was panicking a bit, looking for the ref to. He's going to look at his watch and see the ball's gone over the line, but obviously it was nowhere near doing that. But you couldn't tell from where we were. Bernardo had another good chance to seal it in 89 minutes. Foden, again, outlet for many things in the last couple of minutes, and then we started to panic a bit, didn't we? Last 5 minutes of injury time, we started to have a bit hectic in defence and clearing and pushing things and kicking out, and there was no real calmness. But we've seen City do that before, and we tried to take the ball in the corner a couple of times and didn't quite succeed. But we did hang on, didn't we? We hang on, and we did enough. I mean, and I think we did what we had to do basically in that game yesterday. It wasn't the prettiest thing to watch, was it? And Phil got his man of the match award. Absolutely fantastic. Thoroughly deserved. I mean, the match stats, possession-wise, 30% for Villa, 70% for City. 5 shots on target for Villa. 5 shots for Villa, 3 on target. 22 shots for City, 4 on target. But I think a lot of those were blockages, so I'm not going to go too down on it. Villa obviously made 2 saves as well out of those 4 shots on target, but I think a lot of the 22 were actually blocked. So I think we did probably put more on target, but they were blocked by defenders, etc. So I'm not going to whinge about that. Fouls, Villa committed 7, we committed 13. Yellow cards, Villa got 3, we got 2. Corners, Villa got 3, we got 13. So overall, yeah, an adequate display by City. Main talking points, yeah, they're not a corner. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I mean, we're lucky to get away with that. Would it have made any difference to the game? Probably not. I think, as I said, we played within ourselves. We could have gone on and done a lot more. Foden and Silva. Well, I think I touched on it before, didn't I? I think we saw them both on the pitch today, and I think we saw the beginning of one and the end of another, which is a great shame. But fantastic performance. I don't think the England manager was there, was he? I think he was at Goodison yesterday, but he's got to be part of the England setup. I'm sure Pep's going to start playing him more now. He's no excuse. I mean, we have had a bit of a downer with Pep this year, haven't we? Because he's not played him enough, really. But when you put performances in like that, all right, against a team struggling in Aston Villa, 17th in the league, but fantastic. Not the greatest game. As I said, fans were okay. City fans were not fantastic. We never seem to be that great at Wembley, but I don't think we were too embarrassed by the Villa fans. There's a few renditions of this. Probably 3 or 4 Villa songs were banged out 2 or 3 times, and similarly with City. So it wasn't the greatest atmosphere, wasn't it? I watched it back. It looked quite subdued on the when I watched it back. City played some good stuff at the time. We enjoy the pitch at Wembley. It's a big pitch, isn't it? So we can play some good stuff without really knocking things about at pace. And that's now 9 wins on the trot at Wembley. So, I'm forgetting what it's like to lose and come home, which is we all know it's miserable, isn't it? But I'm forgetting that, touch wood, hopefully it'll carry on for much longer. But, law of averages, it won't, will it? Something will happen. Let's look at the player ratings. From Stuart, Brennan, player for, and then I'll give you my little view. Claudio Bravo, given no chance with the goal, and he had little else to do until a fine late save. He's given him a 7 out of 10. Kyle Walker, happy to let Foden cause havoc down the right, offering defensive support. He's given him a 7 out of 10. So, yeah, I agree with 7 out of 10. Oh, sorry, Bravo, I'll give 7.5. I give him 7.5 Bravo because of that save, to be honest with you. I'll give him a bit more than Stuart. Walker, Stuart's giving him 7. I'll agree with that. I'll give him 7 as well. There's a couple of things he didn't do right, but I'll go with that. John Stones tripped over his own feet at the crucial moment to ruin what had been a simple return to the team. He's given him a 5, John Stones. I give him a 6. I think he's been a bit unfair. I mean, it's just one of those things. If you fall over, and it seems to happen to John Stones, doesn't it? But I wouldn't be that down on it, to be honest with you. Fernandinho, masterful in his reading of the game and aggressive enough to win his aerial duels. So he's given an 8 out of 10. Fernand, I give him a 7.5. I'm not gone mad again because of, but he did what he had to do, and that's a good score, 7.5. Zinchenko, good in those tight areas around the box. A king of the rondos. Give Alex a 7. I give Zinchenko a 6.5. I might rise that to a 7, actually. Yeah, I'd probably agree with 7. I thought Zinchenko played pretty well, considering he's not been playing many games lately. Gundogan circulates the ball so well to ensure City has 71% possession. Yeah, I mean, so Stuart's given him a 7. Again, he's another one where I didn't really notice him that much, which is sometimes a good thing, isn't it? So I'm going to give Gundogan a 6.5. Rodri lifted a great pass for Foden's assist and then powered in the second goal. He's given him an 8. Yeah, Rodri. Again, yeah, did what he had to do, scored a goal, assists. I give him a 7.5 though. I'm still not gone as wild as Stuart on Rodri. David Silva, finding that his once impeccable touch occasionally lets him down, so he's given him a 7. David Silva, I give him a 6.5. I should have given him a 7. He's not got many Wembley appearances left, has he? But I'll give him a 6.5. I'll be strict. Raheem Sterling kept threatening to cut loose, but the threats all came to nothing. So he's given Sterling a 6. Yeah, I'll give him a 6 as well. Sterling's there, isn't he? He's sort of a continuation of what we've seen before recently from Sterling. He's there. He takes defenders' minds off things, but not quite hit it. He had a couple of shots blocked and stuff like that, which if any of those had gone in or deflected in, it might have helped him. But he's there, Sterling. That's all I can say at the moment. He is there, and the 6 just sort of backs that up, really. 6 out of 10. Aguero in exactly the right place to open the score, and it was a menace throughout. He's given Sergio Aguero a 7. Stuart, I give him 7 as well. I totally agree. Phil Foden, the man of the match, no doubt. Lovely assist for the first goal. His athleticism and thrust were key to City throughout. He's given him an 8. Phil Foden. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Absolutely superb performance. Fantastic. We're going to see more of him, surely. Hopefully, please. Subs, Kevin De Bruyne, give him a 6. Yeah, I'll give Kevin a 6. He didn't do, apart from falling over and a good cross for a Rodri header, wasn't it? But it was okay. You can't give him more than 6. I'm not going to mark the other 2 because they weren't on the pitch really long enough. I mean, that was the side. Don't forget that 8 changes to the Real Madrid team. So I mean, you know, that's a lot of changes, isn't it? So that's obviously the Stuart Brennan ratings. Pep Watch. Well, I had a quick look back at Pep. He was okay. He was obviously complimentary on his team. We did, you know, on how we played yesterday, etc. So he was complimenting Phil Foden, complimenting Bravo, incredible achievement, 3 in a row. Struggled in the first minutes, and we struggled in the last. Being here and winning is great. Praise for all the players, really, and the team of players, and mentions the future and the players to come and how many trophies we've won and competitions we've won, and you know, the 7 out of the last 8 and things like this. Absolutely fantastic. He looked okay. He wasn't bubbly, but he seemed happy on the pitch, didn't he? If you watched the playback on the pitch. So that was the Carabao Cup Final 2020. What are your thoughts on that? How did you do? What did you think of that? I mean, did you enjoy yourselves there? So please let me know in the comments below what you're thinking, if you did enjoy yourself. If you like these little reviews, please, if you're not already subscribed, please push the old subscribe button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But if you look at what's on Twitter, this at City_Chief. Pep stats. This will be Pep Guardiola's 25th final, so this was before the game, as a top flight manager, winning 20 the previous 24, including all 5 with City. So absolutely fantastic. He's now obviously won all 6 with City, which is really good, isn't it? I mean, we've no complaints about Pep and trophies, have we? You know, some people might have them. Stuart Brennan, the crowd numbers, yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, the Villa fans, as always, were a bit critical of City fans, but we actually sold more tickets yesterday than Villa because we were allocated a few more. So even though we undersold for about 500 or 600, we still have about 600 fans more in theory from when you look at the ticket sales, receipts, etc. So that was interesting when you get these fans of these clubs criticising City about you know, support, etc. And obviously the Guardian have been causing troubles, calling the City fans, and City fans left unhappy by Curse and constantly winning trophies. So obviously a lot of City fans are getting on this and doing various tweets at Blue McKenna. Kids have gone to bed in tears. The wife won't talk to me. Dogs are barking. I'm gutted. Thanks, City, for ruining my weekend. Yeah, so they're all having a bit of play on the fact that we're all miserable because we're winning all these trophies. So that's quite funny. But I don't know why the Guardian is actually up to these sort of things. There's another guy. There's another idiot on Is it iSport? Is it the paper Ghazi deck? And actually, you know, the tweet is just slagging City off, and everything's tainted, and it's a disgrace. Another trophy for this to put in the tainted cabinet, you know, add to the other tainted trophies. So absolutely, I've just blocked the guy anyway. This I think, is it a newspaper, isn't it? I don't. He obviously writes for that newspaper, but just another newspaper jumping on bandwagon. There's some great images of obviously the Kitman brand and doing weird things in the dressing room, under players' legs, etc. And the League Cup's getting a bit of, I hope it's not dinted or anything. It's not a bit less, a bit more respect for the League Cup lads. It's getting a bit of abuse from the players. So I hope we look after it. I want that looked after, not people sliding along the floor with it. So I wasn't happy with that, to be honest with you. So I know the kit man Brandon enjoys himself, but City, please just keep an eye on him. DZ Football. English players in the starting 11 yesterday. Manchester City 4, Aston Villa 3. Who's ruining English football? And obviously the Carabao Cup, that puts us one behind Liverpool now. Is it for most times? Well, Liverpool won it 8 times. We've won it 7. I think United have won it 6. And just away from the Carabao Cup final, obviously I was looking at the Everton game at Goodison Park. I watched some of it in the pub down at Wembley. But obviously that last goal where it was... and obviously the Gladys Street, which is an Everton thing. 1st of March 2020, Everton versus Manchester United. The first ever own goal to be ruled out for offside. Figure that one out. And I have watched it back, and he was in the way of the goalkeeper, but the ball never diverted from the defenders. But so, what's the goalie doing? De Gea should have just responded, and the Everton player pulled his legs out of the way. So he wasn't blocking his view. De Gea had a clear view of the ball every moment, but obviously I assumed it was called back for interfering with play, but I don't know. As I said, VAR is beyond me. I wasn't even sure we had it at Wembley yesterday, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was there yesterday. I haven't got a clue, but it seems to be funny, isn't it? They seem to be changing the rules on VAR as they go along. Well, that's... Twitterverse, as I said, there's lots of complimentary things about City that I'll be here all day printing those out, and the players obviously posting things, some great images. It's always nice to go on Twitter after a victory, isn't it? Especially winning a cup. Right, a quick look at Sheffield Wednesday in the 5th round of the FA Cup. So that's on Wednesday night, BBC, live on BBC. We've sold all the tickets, so it should be a sellout crowd, which is nice. Sheffield Wednesday, how did they get to the 5th round? In the 3rd round, well, they beat Brighton away 1-0. In the 4th round, they beat QPR 2-1. They're currently 12th in the Championship. They're doing okay. At home, they would be 15th in the league. So they'd be 9th away if they would play for the league away from home. So they've done all right. They've won 7, drawn 5, and lost 6 of their home games. They're comfortable. So... they got beat by Derby over the weekend, Derby County at home 3-1. So whether they were rested players or anything like that, I'm not too sure. I think Hillsborough holds just under 40,000, about 39,000 crowd. The manager's Gary Monk. They won the FA Cup in 1895-96, 1906-1907, and 1934. Excuse me, 1935. And we're runners-up in 1889-90, 1965-66. I sort of remember that one. I sort of remember seeing the images of it anyway. And 1992-93. And the highest home attendance versus City in the FA Cup is a wonderful 72,841 back in 1934, which saw a 2-2 draw with City. And in the FA Cup, City had never lost to Sheffield Wednesday. We played them 5 times. We've won 3 and drawn 2. Obviously, the 2 draws went to replays, etc. So we have a good record from the betting. Sheffield Wednesday. I didn't say Sheffield United, did I? Please, it's Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think I did. Okay. I have wrote Sheffield United, Sheffield U, and then altered it to a W on stuff I've been doing. So please, it's Sheffield Wednesday if I have said Sheffield United. Anyway, Sheffield Wednesday are 14-1 to win the game, 13-2 the draw, and City 2-9 on, which isn't the longest odds on we've had for City. And obviously to win the FA Cup, City are currently 7-4 favourites. So we seem to be, don't we? Liverpool are second favourites at 9-2. So we're still keen favourites on that. And Sheffield Wednesday, if you want to put a quid on Sheffield Wednesday and lose a quid, they're 250-1. So the team, well, we saw 8 changes today, didn't we, yesterday in the Carabao Cup Final. So I expect changes for this as well. We'll see who's come through it fit. Obviously, based on Aguero limping off and a bit of a cut knee, I think we're going to see Jesus, aren't we, up front? But it'll be interesting again. But I wouldn't be surprised another 6 or 7 changes to that team. Bravo play, probably will, won't he? I'm not sure. Has he been playing the FA Cups? I'm not sure. But why not? you know, he'd be on a high after that. I think he was getting a lot of congratulations from Brian Kidd, etc., wasn't he? So anyway, that's the Sheffield Wednesday game. What do you think? I think it should be comfortable. I think it should be 2 or 3-0 for City. I've not seen Sheffield Wednesday at all, so I don't know how good they are or how bad they are, to be honest with you. 12th in the chart, so they're okay out. They're a middling team. They could spring a surprise. They could do a Wigan. Fingers crossed they won't. And then we get through to another quarter final. But Wednesday night, but interesting. At least it was on BBC One, so anyone going down there on Wednesday. And it's a place I've never been, believe it or not. I've never been to Hillsborough, so I'm gutted. I would, if I'd had a bit more cash, I would have gone to this one. But obviously, things I just haven't got the cash at the moment. I would have got a ticket for this and had a trip over because it's a place I've never been, but I just don't have the finance to do it at the moment. So, especially on the back of a Wembley, which I was struggling to get to as well, to be honest with you. So, anyway. Let's beat Sheffield Wednesday. Let's do it for the TV audience as well. Because it's nice when on BBC. We don't always perform well on BBC One, do we? So yeah, I'll go for a 2 or 3-0. But it'd be interesting. As I say, I don't know much about Sheffield Wednesday, but let's enjoy that. But let's enjoy the Carabao Cup victory. Let's enjoy that. Let's see, for the 3rd year in a row. Fantastic. Can we make it 4 next year? Why not? Let's go for it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please, as I said, if you've not subscribed, push the subscribe button. Any thumbs ups are all absolutely fantastic and much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie and on Facebook at Bernabau with links to Movie Game Nostalgia.com, my little website for old and rare DVDs, posters and board games. If you can find a few minutes to have a wander around there, please do so and let me know in the comments what you think of what we've talked about today and any of your views and your player ratings. What do you think? You know, are they similar or did you totally different? I think my rating would have been slightly different if I hadn't watched the full match again this morning. So it is interesting, isn't it? And everyone, such a wide range of people's opinions. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this. I'll be back, obviously, after the FA Cup 5th round, so we're back on Thursday with you, and obviously we're looking forward to a little derby as well. And we've got a derby match coming up, so we'll be looking back at the hopefully progression in the FA Cup and looking forward to a trip to the Swamp. So that should be quite good. Join me then. Anyway, thank you for watching me today. Whatever you're going to do the rest of it, have a great one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. And hopefully I'll see you all again very soon. Come on, City, up the Blues. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.